Hi Pisces, hope you're doing well and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So I'm here to get into your March 2025 reading. So this is for Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I'll be doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread using the Everyday Witch Tarot. You're pulling some clarifiers if needed from the Zillick Tarot. And then at the end, there's one oracle card from the Ask Your Guides deck. And as I usually mention, I would recommend you watching not just your sun sign video, but also your moon and rising. Sometimes all the messages might resonate. Sometimes none of them might resonate, but there might be some messages in one video that are for you. Maybe it's not the one that you would typically watch. So I would just suggest watching all of them, and they give you a more complete overview of what's coming in, the energies, potential energies surrounding you. Okay, so let's get started. In the middle position, right, center of the spread, you have the Three of Pentacles. So this usually, this has to do with, it's earth energy, right? The Suit of Pentacles, it has to do with the work that we do, the money that we earn from that. So material possessions here in the physical realm. It can be home, family, and threes in the tarot are generally about, expansion, expansive energy, growth potential. And with this, you've, possibly within the work sector, you have been working very hard. You've started to, see some progress, might have achieved, a sort of a benchmark or a short-term goal. So things are going in the right direction. But in order to, continue moving forward, you might need to partner up with other people. So this might involve working with other people, working on a team with this Three of Pentacles. And it's crossed by what can help or hinder. It is the Hermit. This is number 9 of the Major Arcana, right? The Hermit card. And interesting, this card, this month, there are certain cards that have been coming out for basically all of the signs, and this is one of them. It just keeps coming out, and it is a card that has to do with spirituality. It's a very spiritual energy, the Hermit, associated also with earth energy, the sign of Virgo. But it's this, obviously this depiction is a bit different, but usually the Hermit is shown as this figure, the spiritual figure going off into the mountains, up, climbing up into the mountains in search of spiritual guidance, guided by the lantern. And so it is, and you can see obviously here she's sitting in meditation. So it's a card that asks you to, to reflect. It's a very spiritual card, to reflect, do some of your own meditation with this card. And it could have to do, we'll see, as we might come back to this in a second, but let's go ahead and get some more cards down. Now you have in the deep past the Nine of Swords, which this is probably my least favorite card in the deck, because it's nearly, as a 9, it's nearly at the end of this particular suit. Obviously the Ten of Swords, it is the ending, it's sort of the lowest point. But it's because you're very much in your mind, right? The Nine of Swords, it's air energy, so it has to do with our thoughts. It's, this very cerebral energy. It's also communication, how we get those thoughts across to other people. And this card, it can show up when, you are just having those very repetitive thoughts and not very helpful thoughts, just going over and over something in your mind. If you're worried about something, these thoughts are keeping you up at night. But it does sit in the deep past here. So, for many of you, you would have already experienced this energy, hopefully moved past it. Yeah, and interesting, because we do have, and I like to see this in the recent past, because this shows that there is, instead of a progression going up, it's decreasing. So, the swords are coming out. We're going from the Nine of Swords to the Eight of Swords. And this is more kind of, it's easier to get out of this situation, because here it's like this mental prison. So she thinks that she cannot get out of this situation, even though, she could easily remove the ties from around her wrist. She could easily remove the blindfold. She can easily move, and get out from between these swords. So it's like a mental prison, but of her own doing here, because she feels trapped for whatever reason in, a particular situation. But there is this decrease in swords from the 9 to the 8. So, that even though recently you might have been feeling a bit stuck, kind of not being able to see your way out of a situation, there is, and this is another one of those cards. I'm jumping ahead here. Let me just finish this thought. So there is a way out. And so it's, it's a lightening of the load here of the swords going from 9 to 8. This is another one of the cards that has been coming out over and over again for this month's reading. It's the Hierophant. So another major arcana, number 5 of the major arcanas, associated with the earth sign of Taurus. And this is also, it's a religious figure. The Hierophant is associated with the church, is sort of head of a religious institution, but it's also to do with tradition and, the traditional way of doing something, following traditions. If you think of most organized religions, they, have a very, like a very fixed way of doing things. So it does also, it can represent that, but it's also a spiritual card. You can see here she's obviously sitting in meditation. So that's, definitely there is a focus here, and what could possibly help move you out of this energy and, more towards wherever you're trying to or would like to go with this 3 of Pentacles, by reflecting, by meditation, by calling on, guidance from your higher self. And you have coming in the Queen of Cups, which, it's a very beautiful energy. She's a very loving energy. If this is a person that you're dealing with, could be an older water sign individual, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, male or female, even though she appears as the queen, right? It's not gender specific. But the Suit of Cups itself has to do with, and obviously you are a water sign, Pisces, so this could just be you showing up very much in your own energy. But could be a mother figure, your own mother of your children, or just an older water sign individual. But she's very loving, very caring. As the queen, she has mastered her suit, so she is very open, very receptive. She also appears as being pregnant, right? You can see she's pregnant in this deck. So there, for some of you, there could be a water sign individual, or if this is yourself, there could be a pregnancy. I mean, we did have this 3 of Pentacles, which again, 3s do speak of expansion. We'll see what other cards come out here for you. Now, you appear as the 10 of Wands, and this is a very tiresome, tiring energy, because, when this person started out and she was only carrying the Ace of Wands, the 1-1, it was very light, and it made her journey easy, and with each wand, obviously, the journey became more and more difficult, especially here. It looks like she's trying to make it up the hill, and the swords are the wands, and in this case, they appear as brooms. They've just become very heavy, and it's just not tenable anymore. And so, but she is nearly at the end, right? The 10 of Wands, this is the end of a cycle. So she's nearly there. She's nearly able to put down all of the wands, and then another cycle will begin, right? The 10s close out a cycle. After this 10, there will be an ace, which is a brand new beginning. So it seems as though, you're tired. You've been slogging, and just kind of making your way through whatever you've been dealing with. And it does look like there's been, quite a lot of challenging energy surrounding you. It does sit in the past position, so I do like to see that. You have in your surroundings, right? So the surrounding energy could be somebody around you, or just the energy surrounding you is the 5 of Cups, which is, you can see here, there are 3 cups spilled out, right, on the sand, and she's only focusing her attention on those, which, by doing this, she is not paying attention to the 2 of Cups that are behind her. And the 2 of Cups can be that soulmate connection, that soul relationship with another individual, whether this is romantic or, friendship or other, like a work partnership. So there's always the cautionary message with this 5 of Cups, that you need not to focus on what you don't have, what hasn't worked out, right, on the disappointment. Instead, focus on the opportunities, what you still do have, what might come in for you. Yeah, and you're hoping for some type of victory, right? We have the Chariot. This Chariot, it's number 7 of the major arcana, associated with the water sign of Cancer. And the Chariot is forward movement, forward momentum. It is a card of victory, right? But it's a victory, a hard-won victory, a victory after, you know, a challenging time. And so that's what you're hoping for. You're hoping for this victory. That could be, you see, there is a choice here. We have the, you know, this way, that way sign. So sometimes with the Chariot, there is, you know, obviously it's a vehicle, so it represents movement. Could be you buying a new car, or you're hoping to buy a new car, or there's movement across land with this Chariot. So you might be moving, you know, to a different city, moving to a different state or a country even. And you have as your outbound energy the moon, which is number 18 of the major arcana. The moon is associated with the water sign of Pisces. So that's your, again, you appearing here, Pisces, right, with this moon card. And the moon is about hidden things coming to light. So this can be secrets coming to light. This can be, yeah, you discovering something towards the end of this month. But it also has to do with, you know, you tapping into your own intuition, listening to that inner voice, right, in order to discern what exactly, you know, is this hidden thing. So with the moon, it's different than the sun, because the sun obviously comes in, shines its light, brings clarity to, you know, to your life, to a situation. The moon, it casts shadows, which is why oftentimes you're asked to, you know, to listen to your intuition, to pay attention to those signs, synchronicities, for you to be able to figure out whatever this moon is. And bottom of the deck, wow, that's beautiful. You have the 10 of Pentacles, and immediately beneath that, you have the 4 of Wands. And if I go one more, the 2 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So, you know, if we look at all these together, yeah, I mean, and that's what I was getting in there. There is a lightening of the load, right? You have from the 9 of Swords to the 8 of Swords, you have this 10 of Wands here with you, where you're just, you know, you're feeling very tired. And I think that you have been through quite a lot of, especially, you know, mental, you're just feeling mentally drained. But you have, as the overall energy, this 10 of Pentacles, which is beautiful. This is the happily ever after card, right? This is the, you know, with the center card of the 3 of Pentacles, this is you definitely, you know, there's a huge leap from this 3 all the way to the 10. This is the happily ever after, you know, there's the happy home life, the house in the background. We have all of the pentacles surrounding them. So it's that, you know, you don't have to worry about finances here, you know, that everything is very, very stable, very solid. And you have beneath that the 4 of Wands, which is a card of celebration. Can be moving home, buying a home, moving in with somebody else, moving to a new house. It can be, you know, a celebration like a marriage, an engagement. It's also, you know, the 1111, so that's sort of opening up a portal. It's a very spiritual number as well. You have the Ace of Cups and the 2 of Cups. So new offers, right? Aces are new beginnings, new offers. And then the 2 of Cups, which is, like I was saying with over here with this 5 of Cups, by only focusing on what hasn't worked out, you might be missing out on the 2 of Cups. So yeah, the 2 of Cups is showing up here. So definitely, you know, there could be for some of you, and there could be a love connection here, right? And if it's not love, then there's a new offer that is going to bring you great fulfillment, right? Great joy, with this being water energy, and you know, overall like success and definitely victory with the Chariot showing up. So it looks very, very positive. And I do feel that, you know, the worst you've left it behind you, right? Or you're in the process with this 8 of Swords showing up in the recent past. Some of you might be still, you know, dealing with sort of the tailwind of this, whatever this 8, 9, or 8 of Swords are. But there's definitely a lightening of the load, and, you know, you are heading towards success, definitely. I don't need to clarify, because this is, you know, it's very obvious with the 9 to the 8. It's, yeah, there is a lightening of the load. So I'm not going to clarify those cards. I think that the reading is very, very clear. So I will now pull one oracle card Okay, so this is, again, from the Ask Your Guide decks. So one additional message for Pisces. What else does Pisces need to know? One additional message for Pisces. Okay, we'll do one last shuffle. Okay, and you have partnerships and love. Yeah, and we were talking about, right, with the partnering up here, working with other people, and then the partnerships with the Two of Cups, and then that showed up again. And this is nature spirits, and the number on the card is number 2. And you have the Two of Cups showing up over here. So 2 might be an important number this month. Pay attention to any signs, synchronicities, those repeating numbers. Pay attention to, what are you thinking when those numbers come up? So, listening, again, listen to your intuition as paying attention to those signs. Let's go ahead and read from the guidebook. It says, infatuation, romance, connection, introduction. Your nature spirits, known as runners, are working to introduce you to a wonderful new partnership to fulfill your heart's desire. Whether in the areas of business, friendship, or romantic love, these practical guides are leading you directly toward the appropriate person to best support your soul at this time. Follow your heart as they strive to connect you with the right associations. Be more open to others, especially those whom you meet by chance. Say hello to the new neighbor in your building. Suggest having lunch with the intriguing woman who sat next to you at your last business luncheon, or strike up a conversation with the guy in front of you in the checkout line, even if it's not your usual habit. In reality, it's not accidental that you suddenly find yourself attracted to certain people. Your runners placed you in their path so that you could meet. Invite these energetic nature spirits to continue to direct you to others who are significant for your soul path. Their message: relax, we will make all the necessary introductions you seek. So that ties in beautifully, right, with this, what we were just looking at here with the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, right? You have this connection. So there's definitely, a love potential, right, for you this month. And it looks like a great month for you. So I do hope that the messages have helped, Pisces. If you enjoyed the reading, please consider giving the video a thumbs up. Would really appreciate that. Also, subscribe to the channel. That way you will be notified every time that I upload content. And also it does definitely help the channel and, with the algorithm. So I would greatly appreciate that. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month. Bye for now.